welcome back to Women's Football Talk, the YouTube channel that brings you all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. And in the WSL, it's been a quiet day today as I'm recording on Sunday. There's only 2 games, but we have had some action midweek, and we will start off with that action in midweek where Arsenal played Chelsea at Kingsmeadow Stadium, and it was the Blues that ran out 3-0 winners, with Fran Kirby, Pernille Harder running the show. Pernille Harder getting a brace and Fran Kirby getting 2 assists for that one and scoring the last goal for Emma Hayes' side. Absolute dominant performance from Chelsea in the second half. It was quite close in the first half between the two sides, but Chelsea really gave Chelsea didn't give Arsenal any chance as soon as the second half got going, and it was an absolute phenomenal performance from Emma Hayes' side, and they thoroughly deserved the win. In truth, they just absolutely dominated Arsenal in terms of putting the keeper under more pressure, and it didn't really surprise me, to be honest, because Arsenal against the top 3 sides in the league this season have been quite poor, and it just further continues that they have been poor all week or all season against the top 3, being Manchester United and Manchester City. So it'll be interesting to see how they get on after the international break. And the only other game that happened on Wednesday was Brighton and Hove Albion versus West Ham. Again, Brighton won 1-0 thanks to an Aileen Whelan header from a corner, again, which is very similar to what she scored at the weekend against Chelsea. The other 2 games that were meant to take place there were Birmingham City versus Aston Villa and Tottenham versus Bristol City. They were both postponed due to the inclement weather. The annoying one was definitely Birmingham City versus Aston Villa, as that was called off with 5 minutes to spare prior to kickoff. And then on Friday it was the Manchester derby between Manchester City and Manchester United from the Academy Stadium, and it was the Citizens that won 3-0. Lucy Bronze scored, Lauren Hemp and Caroline Weir scored an absolute phenomenal goal to give Gareth Taylor's side the 3 points. I mean, the audacity that she did to score that goal was phenomenal. Basically a quick rundown if you haven't seen it. Ella Toone tried to give the ball to Jackie Grennan. Caroline Weir intercepted it, took a few steps, and then chipped it over Mary Epps in goal for Casey Stoney side, and it was one of the best goals I've seen this season, definitely by a mile in the WSL, and could easily be up there for the Puskás goal. It was absolutely world class. So yeah, good result for the Citizens. Bad result for Casey Stoney's side, who stay in 3rd place heading into this international break, and Man City obviously have the game in hand over them. And then today, being Sunday, there was 2 games that took place. Reading played Everton at the Madejski Stadium in a game that finished 1-1. Rachel Rowe scored for Reading, whilst it was Nicole Sorensen who scored a late equaliser for Willie Kirk's side to share the points there. And then elsewhere, Bristol City played Chelsea at Twerton Park, and it was Bristol City that ran out 5-0 winners. Chelsea that ran out 5-0 winners thanks to goals from Francesca Kirby scoring twice, Pernille Harder, Sam Kerr and Beth England with the goals after 60 minutes. So that sailed an easy 3 points again for Emma Hayes' side, who remain top of the WSL heading into this international break, whilst Matt Beard's side remain bottom. Again, they are close to West Ham and Aston Villa, by only a couple of points behind them. Again, Arsenal were meant to play Aston Villa, but unfortunately that game once again got postponed due to the weather. So that's the 3rd or 4th time now that this game was meant to have been played this season, but it just hasn't been able to go ahead due to either inclement weather, or I think the first time was that too many positive cases amongst the Arsenal squad. In the FA Women's Championship, there was 2 games to take place today. Crystal Palace beat London Bees 5-0, and London City Lionesses beat Lewes 3-2 in what turned out to be a very entertaining weekend, despite there only being 2 matches across the Championship, with the others being called off again due to the inclement weather heading into this international break. Speaking of the international break, Hege Riise, the England manager, made a late call-up to their squad, bringing up Ebony Salmon of Bristol City after she had initially named a 20-player squad, and Salmon got a call-up on Friday afternoon, and it's very good to see the youngster get called up considering how well she's played for Bristol City this season. So that will be good to see her hopefully get some games in the coming up in the future for him. Then though it was a draw for the KMV Becker Vrouwen, which is the Dutch Cup. That was done on Saturday afternoon, and that drew up a very interesting tie in the semi-final, as PSV will take on Ajax, and the other semi-final sees FC Twente take on Den Haag, which games are set to be played in April. So that is some definite games to look out for in the upcoming future. Over in Spain, and Barcelona won the Copa del Reina yesterday. It was a good game for them. They beat Logroño 3-0 to win it. Goals from Alexia Putellas, Aita Bonata and Jennifer Hermoso sealed the victory for Barcelona, and it was a very easy game for them, and they thoroughly deserve the win. And then we've had some Italian Cup action as well this weekend. I'm trying to think. There was Fiorentina played against Inter Milan, and they won 1-0. But they did lose on aggregate because this was the quarterfinal second leg. Elsewhere, Roma won 6-1 against Florentina to send them through 10-1 winners in aggregate. Juventus beat Empoli ladies yesterday 5-0, 10-4 in aggregate, and Milan Sassuolo was 0-0, but in the first leg it was 1-1 and Milan won on away goals. Right there hasn't been a lot of action elsewhere because teams are going on to international break, so we haven't had a lot of action elsewhere, but we have had some action in 2 games in the Bundesliga. Lea Schuler and Bayern Munich won 7-0 against Werder Bremen. Lea Schuler scoring a brace, Linda Dahlmann scoring a brace as well. Lena McGull, Caroline Simon and Marina Hegerig were the other goal scorers as Bayern Munich continued their unbeaten season in the Bundesliga. And the other game was Wolfsburg versus Hoffenheim, and Wolfsburg won 1-0 thanks to a Svenja Huth goal in the 55th minute. So we have now an international break in European football, and we'll be back in a few weeks' time to hopefully wrap up the rest of the season. But we will be back next week to have a look over the international fixtures that happen, and is the start of the She Believes Cup in America, so that'll be interesting to see how the US get on, and hopefully they can win that title. The only bit of news they announced, it was yesterday, that Sam Lewis has pulled out of the squad due to injury, continuing her rehabilitation at Manchester City, and she's been replaced by Jaylin Howell for the She Believes Cup, which gets underway on the 18th of this month, so in 4 days' time. Until next week, where we'll have a look at all the international fixtures, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Head over to our Twitter page so you never miss out anything over there, and we'll see you very soon.